Have you ever noticed the thoughts that you think, just random thoughts, and when you see it, you're like, what makes me think that? So something that I've been paying attention to is just um, negative thoughts, and I question myself, like, why did I even have that thought? Like, what was, why am I, why would that even come to mind? And then wondering about it, have I endured so much? I wouldn't say pain, but just adversity that it's expected. There was a point in time back in like 2018, I kind of broke free from a lot of the negative beliefs, and I was embracing miracles, just many miracles to be performed in my life. And I experienced quite a few. It was honestly just, I think, believing that things could be different. Not everything was perfect, and I mean, my life wasn't completely easy, but it was an interesting time. Um, I actually had a low paying job, and I decided to quit because I didn't feel that I was being valued. And so, in that process, um, I decided to work for myself. I was a yoga instructor at the time, and I decided to try finding like side jobs and stuff. I mean, it was kind of difficult at times, but I felt life was taking me in a direction that I didn't understand. I felt worried at times because of like material, but I just kind of surrendered and allowed life in a way to guide me through things. And so, in doing that, I I came across many good things. Uh, I would I was like intuitively guided on many things, and like I said, I just followed it. And the first thing that comes to mind is uh, a soulmate. Um, it was kind of the most interesting thing. I never experienced that type of calling, and even meeting that person, it was like a direct pull, and it was undeniable. Even when I was told not to, I still entertained it. But um, looking even back on that whole scenario, I fell back into control. Um, how things started to pop up, and I allowed fear to seep in. Um, Maybe things weren't built on a solid foundation within myself, and so I allowed it unintentionally to seep in, and it took me down a very lonely and dark road. that led to the tower crumbling. And now I'm in this process. Life once again has taken a hold of me and giving me a second chance. And I'm kind of fighting it in ways here and there. After trying to control things for 5.5 years, 5 years, it's like formed a habit, now it's like you got to break that habit all over again. And breaking that pattern, that habit of control, it's overwhelming at times. So here we are, 8 years later. Trying to break free from the same thing that I thought I initially broke free from and didn't have to worry about anymore. But I guess that experience has taught me many things. One, how to develop a solid foundation, and I'm still learning that, an unshakable foundation. Taught me how much energy that I can put into something and create so much, yet at the same time completely destroy everything. Because fear is just always sitting on your shoulder, and you can't give into it. You think like, oh, I'm going good, everything's gravy, and you get too comfortable, and for me, I lost sense of a lot of things. Some things I can't take back to regain what I had. It makes you realize that you shouldn't take the moments that you have for granted. The good ones, the ones that fill your heart, because they could just be taken away at a matter of time. You think you might have it bad, but the good that you actually had in that moment, and sometimes you destroy it because those thoughts of fear slip in, and then you look back and you kind of regret why I allowed that to happen. Maybe the universe was trying to teach me a valuable lesson once again. The quote that comes to mind is, you only have one life. You have a limited amount of time. Something along those lines. Sometimes you can get so wrapped up and what you call building your life, creating your life, that you miss some of the most important moments that you will never gain back. And having that fear sit there and kind of destroy everything that you were building. And at times it's almost like you have to watch everything slip through your hands. And that's the hardest part. Because it's like you don't want to let go of things because you always valued them. You're like, oh well, it's still sitting in the palm of my hands. Can I hang on to it? Can I save this? Can I? So another quote, you put, when you squeeze sand, it slips through your hands, but when you just hold it there, it'll stay in the palm of your hand. I think I squeezed too tight out of fear. It's moments, though, that I've reached 42 years, almost 42 years of life. It's like I'm not trying to be hard on myself, but at the same time, it's a disappointment that you wish you would have known what you know now, so you wouldn't have done what you did then. You didn't have to go through all those lessons the hard way. So now you learn surrender again. Unclenching your hand is the hardest part. I mean, for me, especially when you don't want to let things go. It's like, have remorse on me. See that there was a good heart in that. I hope by me telling my story, maybe kind of look at your life. And you look at how you're trying to control things to preserve you for your own safety. Because we all want to feel safe, and I think that was the main thing. Is I didn't want to lose what I had, but I sabotaged the crap out of it unintentionally. I lost my awareness, So look at your life and bring awareness to it. Look at yourself from outside of yourself, like you're watching a movie. Been doing that more often, and kind of see where, you're just slipping up. You think you're doing what's right, but you're really like just trying to grip onto it and make sure that you're safe, that you're not going to be hurt in some way. But that you cannot control anything. Not one damn thing. The only thing that you can really control is yourself. And sometimes that's hard too, right? So maybe by my story, you look at yourself, look at your life. Where are you hanging on too tight? Where are you not aware? Where is there fear seeping in? Are you so detached that you can't look outside of yourself? Because I was there. I was so detached. I was so detached that I couldn't even admit things to myself. I was in such denial. So now I gotta try to find honesty within myself again. I gotta build that trust within myself. That leads me to just thinking of that, just like trying to trust yourself again. Like you've made so many mistakes. Like how can you trust yourself with certain things, Like I messed that up. I did all this. Can I really trust my own choices at times? Because I'm always trying to protect myself instead of surrendering, coming from my heart. So like I said, hopefully you can take something from this and apply it to your life. Maybe you don't have to go through the deep struggles that I have. I mean, maybe that's what you need, but maybe you can bring awareness into your life and kind of see where you're really not operating from surrender and from your heart, from true love. Because I think when you resonate in true love, you're going to go through some stuff, but it doesn't faze you as much. Like you surrender and you're like, oh, okay, like I understand that I'm meant to go through this and deal with it, but I'm aware I can make conscious choices within this. They're not based out of fear. Life seems to be more enjoyable, kind of flow a little bit smoother. Even through the ups and downs. So, thank you for watching, and I do wish you the best in your life. Wish many blessings upon you. I wish that for us all to be aware and have more joy, compassion, and experience that love. So See you next time.